Welcome to our podcast. We are going to talk about Starbucks experience. And we are your hosts, Eliza.
And Reynard, well, this cafe is very popular nowadays, especially to the millennials, right? I like how coffee and products are evolving with creativity.
Yes. Starbucks is one of the famous cafe around the world. And kahit paulit-ulit ka uminom ng coffee nila, hindi ka magsasawa sa cafe na meron sila. Although it's expensive, but worth to buy naman.
Every businessman, professional, students, and even coffee lovers are visiting here.
For sure, the quality of their products are world class. And their customer service is excellent. And also, they made sure to have new products to introduce to many people.
So, if you want to know more about Starbucks, keep watching. Let's go.
Starbucks is one of the most popular companies in the world. Their stories begin in 1971 along the cobblestone streets of Seattle, historic Place Market. It was here where Starbucks opened its first store, offering fresh roasted coffee beans, tea, and spices from around the world for their customers to its take home. Starbucks is popular because it provides a welcoming, ambient space to enjoy its drinks. While comparatively expensive, Starbucks drinks offer affordable luxury from a coveted brand. I bet you tried their coffee, or at least you heard about this cafe. So if you want to know more stories about Starbucks, continue to watch it.
Hello, Starbs. Here are the mission and vision of Starbucks. Let's go ahead and find out. Starbucks' corporate vision is to establish Starbucks as the premier purveyor of the finest coffee in the world while maintaining our uncompromising principles while we grow. This corporate vision statement has the following components relevant to the coffee house businesses. 1. Premier purveyor status. 2. Finest coffee in the world. 3. Uncompromising principles. And 4th, growth. Aiming to be the premier purveyor means that Starbucks Corporation is providing its products, especially coffee, of the best quality. The company vision statement, by continuing its multinational expansion as one of the largest coffee and coffee house companies in the world. Starbucks addresses the uncompromising principles component of its corporate vision statement. The company maintains these principles such as ethical business conduct and warm culture, especially during Howard Schultz's leadership as CEO. Also, the company satisfies the growth component of its vision statement, as manifested in the continuing global expansion of the business through a new Starbucks location. Starbucks' corporate mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. This mission statement reflects that the coffee company does to keep its business running. It is clear that the target consumers, example coffee and merchandise buyers and employees, are given emphasis in this corporate mission. The following components of the Starbucks corporate mission statement influence strategic management in growing the business. One is inspiring and nurturing the human spirit. Secondly is one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. So Starbucks coffee inspires and nurtures the human spirit, starting with its employees. To address this component of its mission statement, the coffee house company maintains a small company culture where rapport and warmth are important. In this way, the corporate mission is a direct determinant of Starbucks Coffee's corporate culture. In addition, The same component of the company's mission statement pertains to customer experience, such as by extending the small company culture to customers at the cafes. For example, employees and customers' first name are used at Starbucks coffee houses. Also, the design of this coffee houses aims to warmth and coziness. These approaches inspire the nurture meaningful and warm relationship among baristas and consumers. The one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time component shows that the coffee house business ensures meaningful impact on every employee and customer. In parallel, this part of the corporate mission means that the Starbucks plans to continually and gradually grow the business, one place or neighborhood at a time.
For the problem issue that we find in their company, Starbucks, for the issue number one, the loss of romance and the theater. Of course, we all know how coffee is not always good sometimes. There are some changes in aroma coffee, and that's normal. The loss of romance and theater due to automated machine that has created two challenges. The machines have created a physical barrier between the barista and the customer. And the second is the automatic functions that have replaced barista handcrafting, knowledge, and the expertise. For the issue number two, which is they have achieved fresh and roasted bag coffee, but at what cost? Of course, the loss of aroma. Packaging is one of the many causes of the loss in store coffee aroma, which flavor lack that share some blame for. It will measure that 1 pound at a time. All this bean handling, pouring, weighing, and scooping would fill the shop with a strong scent. The last issue, of course, the expensive products they have. Of course, you can blame Starbucks for that high price coffee, but it's worth to buy. High quality coupled with the whole Starbucks experience in times of economic sluggishness, consumers have to switch cost to competitors' products with lower prices and forgo paying a premium. Next is the issue or problem is self-cannibalization brought on by overcrowding. Starbucks long-term growth goals are lower because of aggressive expansion and high saturation brought by the locations, markets overpopulation, particularly in the United States, where Starbucks runs 8,078 locations that is taking place.
The problems of the loss of theater and coffee aroma in Starbucks are mentioned above. Their procedure solutions were to have fresh grinding throughout the day for an in-store brewing and practice grinding coffee to make the coffee taste uniform in all coffee aromas. Create and strictly abide by the aroma first rule, since aroma is the most vital trigger for the senses and coffee is Starbucks foundation. We should prioritize aroma, yes, much more crucial than ostensibly higher sales, and maintain the aroma first criterion and Howard's initial goal to keep the scent. One is to provide pre-ground coffee instead of an insert grinding. Number two, heat foods in store. Number three, use flavor lock pre-packaged beans. Number four, install mini coffee roaster in select stores. And number five, use barrels of coffee to merchandise coffee. So when employees and filed the petitions about their wages being too low and their safety, Starbucks responded as a stalwart of progressive capitalism that launched groundbreaking employee first policies. It was the first business to grant stock options to even part-time workers. Employees aren't expected to rebel against a firm like this, so Starbucks refers to its baristas as partners. And to resolve the issue and understand both parties, a Starbucks spokesperson told The Guardian in an email that their 200,000 partners across the US are the best people in the business, and their experiences are vital in helping them to make Starbucks meaningful and inspiring workplace. They offer a world-class benefit program for all part-time and full-time partners and continue to support for partners during COVID-19 to care for themselves and their families. And the Starbucks continues to have an industry leading retention.
Okay, for the analysis, elements, principle, philosophy, strategy in strategic management that used to analyze the case. Of course, first element is the Starbucks analysis. Starbucks is currently one of the top contenders in the coffee industry. An analysis of the company's strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. A SWOT analysis and a strategic issue analysis will break down its strategy and provide positive and negative feedback on the company. Starbucks has done many things to help its company to grow and expand into the global businesses that it is today. If people say Starbucks for extended periods, they are more inclined to buy more beverages, food, and music from the online stores that Starbucks is partnering within its digital network. For the second is the principle. In Starbucks organization, everyone is welcome. Every person who visits the coffee houses should feel welcome and treated as a customer. Since the barista complain about their wages being low and face intense work, and they also experience abuse by customer, especially when a pandemic happens. They continue to support for partners during COVID-19 to care for themselves and their families. Starbucks is to continue have an industry leading retention rate. And the third is philosophy, shared obligation after George Floyd passed away in June 2020. Starbucks promised to donate $1 million to groups encouraging racial fairness and inclusion. Additionally, 250,000 shirts with slogans like No Justice and No Peace and Black Lives Matter were manufactured for the company's staff. The company welcomes the LGBT community and supports them by asking its employees to wear Pride t-shirts on the Pride Day. And discrimination must end.
Here are the 10 strategies to achieve efficiency and effectiveness and productivity and profitability. Starbucks can consider the following strategies. One, streamline operations. Analyze and optimize internal processes to eliminate inefficiencies and reduce waste. It can include streamlining supply chain management, optimizing inventory control, and implementing efficient employee scheduling. Number 2, continuous employee training. Invest in comprehensive and ongoing training programs for employees, particularly baristas, to ensure consistent quality and customer service. Number 3, implement technology solutions. Utilize technology to automate and streamline various aspects of operations. Number 4, enhance supply chain management. Develop strong relationships with suppliers and focus on sourcing high quality coffee beans and competitive prices. Number 5, optimize store layout and designs. Analyze store layouts and design to enhance flow and customer experience. Number 6, expand the product offerings. Introduce new and innovative products to attract and retain customers. Number 7, customer relationship management. Implement a robust customer relationship management or CRM system to gather and analyze customer data. Number 8, enhance marketing and branding. Invest in strategic marketing campaigns to strengthen brand awareness and attract new customers. Number 9, promote sustainability. Embrace sustainable practices such as ethically sourced coffee beans, recycling programs, and energy efficient initiatives. And lastly, number 10, international expansion and market penetration. Identify new markets and strategically expand Starbucks' global presence. And we're back. Hope you get something in our podcast.
We're hoping you get some information.
And again, your podcasters, Reynard.
Eliza, see you on the next podcast.
Bye!